Hi! How you doing? Welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hilk empath. I just like having these little conversations on the way I feel about things. I just went out to check out the blood red moon. I could see it. The last time I saw it was 2 nights ago, and then now it's, I don't know, it's not. Last night I was out, and the last time I was out was 10, and it still was nowhere up. So I'm like, it's just not divine. It's not my moon to see. It's not my moon to see anymore. I got the full moon energy, but I haven't seen it since. So it's other people's moon to see. So it's their frequency. And some people, like Erin just said that, you know, her grandma's like, grandma's no, man. I'm like, I'm with her if that's how grandma feels, man. There's potentials for, I mean, there's a lot of dark energy because people are shedding off the wreckage of their past and they're waking up to things. I had two like really freaking wild awakenings. I'm going to take a moment to invite God into the room. Thank you for reminding me, Erin, like right off the bat, off the cuff, because I'll start talking, then I'll be like, oh yeah. I like to take time to let people know. He's always in my room. But I like to take time to invite him into the chat and the room so people recognize this, hopefully, as potentially to be a safe space. And so I had a couple of really interesting realizations. I'm going to talk about the first one. I saw a post on Facebook, but like 15 minutes ago. And I got an invite. People invite me to come. I got an invite to go. You know, there's a place in, you know, Wisconsin. Wait, you know, for me and Ma, and there are people invite us. You know, I got a place to go to Texas, and Texas is desert. First of all, it's desert. And if I'm going to desert, I'll just go high desert down in Southern California. First of all, second of all, you know, it's a kid that invited me. It's her parents' land, you know. And she even said, "Oh, my parents will be annoyed at first, you know. It's not your space to give up, all right." I was trying to be cool about it, but hey, since you wanted to put me on blast like that, that's cool, man. You spot what you got. That's cool. I ain't tripping. So, and it was, you know, I mean, I can find those same, you know. And I've been to Texas, and there's some people there's a few people that I love that are from Texas, you know, like my mom and my grandma were born there. But the experiences that I had there, in my mind, there's a reason why it's shaped like a fucking toilet, alright? Because those are my experiences. Yeah, because I went to basic training there in tech school, and it wasn't really great for somebody like me to just have to freaking take it and stuff like that. So, but hey, it's all our own path. So I'm not going to take, you know, go live in somebody else's parents' basement, you know, kind of thing. I'm not going to mooch off somebody else's parents, you know. I'm going to go out and I'm going to look, because when I was younger growing up, Mom would date like mechanics and stuff like that, and a couple of them, they'd go take us to trade shows. Or somehow I'd always end up in trade shows. In Omaha, they always had these trade shows. So you go to these trade shows and you just see the high-end stuff, you know, and motorhomes and RVs and stuff like that. And then my grandfather, he at one point wanted to invest in some, where they made like the big fancy motorhomes up out of a company out of Washington, and they're like, no, but, you know, and so he, I don't know, now they're all over the place. But so I'm just going to go look at some stuff tomorrow. Just like, you know, maybe find a place to camp till things cool off, you know. Because, I mean, we have everything. We've lived in a camper before. We got evicted when I was in the 6th grade. We lived in this place. Like, it was like the Bates Motel, one of those one bedrooms. My mom, my brother, and I. And my mom's boyfriend came over, and the dog chased the manager that lived there chased the car. Stanley's really annoying Luna today. He's driving her crazy. She's been yelling at the cat for like 20 minutes this morning. Well, he hit the dog, and then so we got evicted, and so we had to go stay with him. That was a long, hard, cold summer. It was 4 of us in like a 24-foot trailer, you know. I can do better than that, you know. So, yeah, and Mom don't need to travel that far. And no, I'm not getting rid of my fucking mother and keeping my dogs. What a fucking mental midget, man. Are you kidding me? What are you, really? Oh, my lawn. I was just like, and then I was like, holy shit, she's talking about me. I read this post. I was like, I'm like, well, that's kind of lame. And then I was like reading it, and I was like, oh my god, this chick is talking about me. So, anyway, enough of that. Okay, so that was funny. That was one realization. And then I was like, listen to Simon's talk a little while. I love Simon. I love Simon from freaking... I would love to meet that guy. He's from the UK, but I think he lives someplace else different. I can't remember... Because everybody's all over the place. Nobody lives from where they're from anymore. That's just weird. Only been talking 6 minutes? That's wild. So, oh, I want to thank the second part of this talk. I owe a gratitude of awareness, a knowing to, and I put it in the description, but library from Viewed as Cued. Invisible Enemy Part 2. Sides of the Coin. It's 7 minutes and 14 seconds. It's 7 minutes and 14 seconds long. I like that number. It feels good. Anyway, go watch that video. It was like one of the first lines in this song. This is a Red Pill song. Oh my god, it is so funny. Oh my goodness, it's so funny. But anyway, the information is really poignant. But what it did though is it gave me a realization. You know, I've been I remember everything that happened to me, or a lot of stuff that happened to me. Not everything. I remember a lot of stuff that happened to me when I was a young child, because I've always just recorded things, because I've always taken experiences as frequency. And so it's like when good things happen, you know, I had a lot of scary stuff happen. A lot of people have. I'm not the only one. A lot of people have. A lot of people have had a lot of really traumatic stuff happen. Was Brady? Were you telling, you know, this account of your friend being shot next to you? Is that you? You know, I mean, and everybody, a lot of these people, and there's so many people that don't, though, you know, but they're getting these life experiences, and so we got to help them coax through it to get their spirits to come back in their soul sack, you know, because people see traumatic stuff, man, and it just, like, it vaporizes your spirit. Your spirit can, like, literally splinter. And oftentimes when the occurrence is over and you come back into your soul sack, you don't necessarily get all the parts that you had before said incident occurred. And what viewed as Q gave me gave me the dots to connect, to be able to say that these narratives that are coming out with the human trafficking and things, and I can tell you, I almost started crying at this slide. Oh, I saw a really funny T-shirt though. What the fuckulence? Before I get all heavy. What the fuckulence? I thought that that's funny. I thought that was a funny T-shirt. That's what I call a clever endeavor. Clever endeavor. So, it was a slide at, what time was it? Of course, it's 4:19, or it's probably still on 4:20 too. 4:20 also, 4:20 as well as. But this slide is key elements of child trafficking. Acts of removing a child from a safe environment through recruitment, transportation, or harboring by a third person or group. 4. the purposes of exploitation, such as for labor, prostitution, beginning drug peddling, and organ removal. Wow. I don't know if anybody's heard my stories, but my mother's life and my life have been accounts of these stories and verifications of these stories for the last 70, well, since she was born in 1950. See, she was taken from her Native American family, and they told her, because they took, instead of just fixing her feet, you know, she was born with club feet, they took her from her family and put her in an orphanage. And they said, she'll never be able to stay. She'll never walk. You have to give her up. She'll never walk. You have to give her up. It's for her own good. So they put her in an orphanage, and then when she was 3 years old, Bob and Margaret adopted her. And they also adopted a nice young Jewish boy named Kelly that they took from his family for no apparent reason. And they got her surgeries and operated on her feet and stuff. And she's very grateful that she's always had that she has the ability to walk. Okay, so that's 1950. 1953, all right? Fast forward, 18 years old. Thank you for all the checks we got for adopting you, Kelly. You know, Kelly died, or Kelly passed away, rest his soul. But like, I think he got a little bit more grace than my mom did. But when my mom was 18, she got a suitcase and said, "Take care." And she didn't really have the tools to just be thrown out in the world. And this is 68, you know. So she found a guy, whatever. Anyway, fast forward. We're gonna fast forward because I don't want to talk all night. So she met my dad, right? My dad and my mom already had a son for me in 1971. And see, I was always told, this is such a kicker. I was so gullible, man. I'm just that dumb little gullible kid that just freaking would buy any story, and people would just tell me stuff, and then they'd go be like, and then they'd make fun of me, like, can you believe that? I just believe people, man. I just believe people. And people just like to take advantage of that. See, what happened was, and when my mom was born in when I was born to my mom in 1974, they freaking took me out, went and brought me up. I was only 6 pounds 4 ounces, just because my mom was so traumatized because she was so stressed out when I was pregnant. She didn't take drugs or anything like that. She was just stressed, and she was a tiny woman anyway. She was only 5 foot. So I was just like, peeing with nerves and stuff. And then I didn't even get to meet her day 3 because of part 2 of that slide. See, what they did is when I was born, they didn't have her permission, but they cut her uterus in half and took one of her ovaries. So I'm going to do a DNA test. I'm going to do one of those ancestry tests. Oh yeah, because I'm curious if I have any siblings out there that I don't even know about. Because that's what these freaking people have been doing. It's just weird, crazy, weird, nuts, freaking mad science. Because she's just a poor brown girl, Native American, They've been doing this shit for freaking the whole time, and the jig is up, man. And at this point, for anybody at this point that can't accept this reality of how these things are, sorry for ya. I hope they give you some good pills in the hospital and you can just zone out and just continue that trajectory of with your head in the sand that this shit doesn't fucking happen. Because my life and so many other people's lives are surrounded about. I went to high school with a woman that was freaking taken off the street, and she was gone for weeks, and then they found her just up in Davis walking down the street. I mean, everybody is. If you ain't on this planet, you ain't active in this world if you don't know somebody that has not been touched by evil. And if you don't know anyone that's been touched by evil, then you're running with people that are doing the evil because they want to protect you from it, and they want you to pretend like it don't exist, and la la la. 800,000 kids. That's almost 1 million people that don't grow up every year. And you're still trying to tell me there's 380 million people in the United States? That is horseshit. That is if all those kids were still alive, but all those kids are not accounted for. And my mom had that fear. She had the knowing. She evacuated us from frickin' Central California because I was the bastard. I wasn't supposed to be. My parents weren't supposed to heck up and have... My brother was the golden child. See? But they had one more fling. And I was their parting gift. And I was this weird little thing. And, you know... And sometimes I wonder, maybe if you know, because Mom was evacuated us, because she would talk about story. The courts tried to put her in a Atascadero State Mental Hospital because she would talk about how you're not taking my kids to Montana and stuff like that. And they would do things like take me from doctors' offices. And my brother, they took us from the doctor's office. How did they know we were at the doctor? You know, that's how I'm like, HIPAA, what the fuck is that? You got freaking enough money, people know we're, you know, and if you're connected, it's all about connection and connection. I remember hearing in certain groups, like hearing results of people's autopsies reports and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't need to know this. This is not my business. But people like to freaking tout about, you know, what they can do and, you know, what they know and who they know. And then the more ego they get, you know, all this stuff is coming out. It is all coming out. And it's all true because people like me, I definitely slipped through up the crack. And then I decided I don't fucking like it up the crack. So I came back down the cracks, you know. I don't mind. I've been freaking surviving off freaking grid, like, you know, and living in, you know, I've lived at the top and I've lived at the bottom. I can be comfortable any place. You know? I can be comfortable. And I really appreciate, I can't remember her name. I think it's a her. Maybe it's not even a her. She's from South Africa. Yeah, Lita Jones. Born on, it's verified my plus or minus 2. I was like, I already know there's a place. She said something about stop opening the oven. And I'm like, I open the oven all the time. And you know what else I do? I'm a constant flipper on the grill. When I used to grill. I don't grill so much anymore. I maybe one day, I would grill some stuff, man. Some of my burgers, I'd make red, white, and blue burgers. You take a pack, I get I got to a point in Omaha where I didn't like going to grocery stores and stuff like that. So there's a little market in my neighborhood. It was just this little ghetto market. Oh boy, freaking, little hole in the wall. But he had like vegetables and meat and chicken and eggs and stuff like that from local farmers in the area. And I could just swing by there, park, and, you know, get some grass-fed beef or whatever, you know. And it's better when you eat local anyway. So I'd make these burgers. And you put a packet of ranch dressing, like Hidden Valley Ranch, the dressing, a packet of that, and then purple onion. We call it red, but it's always purple to me. Purple onion, and then blue cheese. Oh my gosh! Oh, I make some. Oh, I can taste it. I'm salivating. I can taste it. But that baby girl, you come and say hi, kissy kissy. Is it you frisky in your bits too? Yes. Come and kiss me. Come and show me some love nuggets. Don't be ornery. Come on. Don't give the brothers the heart. No, don't instigate. Come here. Come here. Come on, pretty girl. Come here, say hi. Come here. You rarely come say hi in the talks. You're not in the talk. She's my prettiest girl. See my pretty lady. She came from South Carolina. Luna Tuna. Huh? She's a pretty lady. She came from Moon. Yeah, be nice. See, she does this thing. I think that people thought she was about an hour from being put down. I think that people thought that she bites. Well, she does when she's threatened, but we just keep her not threatened. Luna. But she has a broken teeth from abuse. Huh, was you abused? They were mean, and she got such a pretty smile. But her tooth is broken, and so it's jagged like obsidian. It's freaking I got it a couple times, because we had to work it out. She directs. See, she directs. Like, in the middle of the night, she would wake up, not know where she is, and then just, like, well, she's got 3 other brothers, so you can't, and one of them, he, like, would defend himself, and then they would go after each other, and I would always be literally stuck in the middle, and I don't like getting bit by dogs, and getting bit sucks. Getting stabbed, just getting hurt sucks. And so, yeah, there's a couple times, but now we sorted it out, and we haven't had an account in freaking a long time, but we just keep the everything in check. She sleeps out there, and that's cool. So we sorted it out. We don't have no problems no more. There's always solutions to everything. It's just, everything's all divine timing too. So it's like sometimes the best course of action is not doing anything. How unfamiliar and how weird is it to just not do anything? I can't not do anything. So every day I still take action. I'm just not killing myself to do it, kind of thing. You know what's funny? When I went up to get Round Table, I got vegetarian with white sauce Round Table. When I went up to get that, there's a In-N-Out burger up there. And you know what though? You know what I found out about that is here's kind of a funny story about In-N-Out burgers, because they didn't have them in Nebraska, and they have places like Block 16 is my favorite restaurant in Omaha. It was. I don't know if it still is. But they have some freaking badass food, and their combinations too. And then I was like, ooh, this would be good, but try it with this, and with different like textures. And oh my goodness, I love food. Food is my friend. And Stella's is a really good burger. And Stella's is like one of those that's known world round, because Offutt Air Force Base is right there. So people come in and it's, let's go to Stella's for a burger. So people all over the world know about Stella's. And it's kind of like it tastes kind of like Bartell's in Reading or Jif's in Mission Square. Jif's makes a burger like that. That, one of those that when you taste it, doesn't matter how In-N-Out, and that's what In-N-Out is. Because every time I come home and visit on leave, or we go down to see Grandma, it was just go to In-N-Out Burger. So it ties you to these. And plus, I mean, we were talking about that earlier about eating feelings, because I eat my feelings. So it's like to put you in a place of comfort. Food takes you like a time machine to a place where you've been, where you've like high vibrational experiences that you've had when you've eaten them before. So it like ties all these experiences together. So every time I come home from Omaha to visit, my brother would pick me up from the airport, and we'd usually go directly to In-N-Out Burger before we went anyplace else. We'd hit, so and so I almost got In-N-Out Burger today, is what my point is after all that. But I went the healthier option, because I have a hard time with meat now. meat is, you know, even, I mean, yeah, and, but so, and I can actually taste it, so, you know, I can embrace the experiences of it, because we're all extra sensory, though, right now. Everybody's becoming extra sensory. Everyone is. Everybody's getting their superpowers. Everybody's getting knowings and, you know, downloads and uploads, because more and more people are starting to, you know, learn about astrology and all this esoteric stuff and all the light dark stuff, all the Lucy fairy tale stuff, and thanks to Key Jin and, you know, conversations that freaking gosh, yeah, divided we fall, you know. I was thinking about that. He said something and I was like, you know, I ain't never done nothing cold turkey. I never did anything cold turkey. I don't do things. And when I was like, what did I remember the VA put me on some antidepressants. You don't do cold turkey. No. Like, as far as like toxins, releasing toxins, because see, that's the thing. What's going to happen, as I see it, is people are going to start talking more about their emotions and process their emotions and connecting one human being to another on small and large scales. And then, you know, we're going to get out and start, you know, getting more active again and really enjoying it. And everybody's eyes, a lot of people's eyes are getting, I mean, I walked up to get mom some ice cream, and it's just like, my eyes are just receiving iridescent, vibrant freaking frequencies with the sun through the freaking fall leaves, and it's like cartoons. It's amazing. And more people are having these experiences. And so when you have these, it raises you in a high vibrational frequency, such a high vibrational frequency that you don't even want anything to obstruct your connection, that connection to source. But I don't. Nobody should. I ain't a doctor. When the doctor prescribed me those antidepressants, and then I was like, it started twisting with my thinking and stuff, and I didn't like who I was, and I'm like, it's, you know, and I said so, and then I started looking up the chemical compound makeup of the medicine, and I got into the like case studies. It had like a 31. It had studies in, I believe, like the UK and Australia, in one of those it had a 31% suicide rate. I'm like, they just get this freaking, I know a guy, he sells some pills and sell it to sell it to these, you know, they're just all gonna be drunk and whatever anyway. And then they give us these pills, and then it twists up people's mind. And now, like, I think the suicide, I don't even know what it is anymore. Because it's not just veterans, it's just people who are trying to escape from reality. But, however, at the same time, it's so cool how many people are finding God again. Or reconnecting with the connection that was once already solid, but somehow you fell into ego for a while, and then was like, all right, I get it. It's all playing out in the stars, man. The astrology, man. We should go check out Simon at the what's his channel called? He did a talk today, because Pluto goes direct tomorrow. Raising vibrations. I like him. Simon. Do a midnight In-N-Out burger run. God, that's a long. See, the one up in Kaiser, though, I went this was a while ago, and I get to give my friend. I got a buddy of mine. She'd never had an In-N-Out burger, so since I got her one, and she liked it. She'll probably never have one again, but at least she got to say she tried one once. I have found most medicine is crap for me. But there have been times, I've I took Paxil for like a year and a half, and then now I'm like, oh yeah, that's another one that they did, you know. But I was also very newly sober too. But I was also working out a lot. I just always have a lot. It's just everybody's different, man. That's what's cool is I can share my experience about how I've lived my life here, and I can go over to other people's channels and hear and how they're, you know, that's why I like to go to other people's channels, because I know about how I am. I know about me. I get tired of me. I like to hear about other people and what it's like where they're at, where their part, you know. That's, and I connect more on just like in people's other people's chats and stuff like that, and on their comments and stuff. I really enjoy listening to people's experiences and life tales. I really do. It expands my perception. Because whenever, you know, I come into a situation, you know, and somebody says, that doesn't happen, I go back into my frickin' of all the accounts of where I have seen said events actually sure as shit happen. So, Aquarius rising Africa. I was just talking about. I was just thinking about them because I could listen to Chantel and Jesse, and you know, it's just like hanging out with them. And Monet, I believe that's his name. He is just a joyful soul, man. Boy, he just. Yeah, you like Monet too, Lulu? Luna girl, she likes Monet too. Sweet people, man. And see, and I was just that sweet little dumb kid. I was just like the sweetest little, you know, and then I look at all these kids that get taken, and I was like, there by the grace of God go me. Thanks, Ma. Thanks, Ma, for saving me. Because she knew I was in danger. We'll just say my dad was never real particularly nice and fond of me. We'll just leave it at that. So, usually it's been my experience that when people are exceptionally harsh on me and judgmental towards me and just like dickish and mean, usually it's because they feel bad about something. Like, I worked with a guy at a restaurant one time, and we were buddies, you know? And I always like hanging out with guys better because it was like, because I was gay, it's like there's no sexual attention, you know? And all of a sudden he just started being a total dick. And I was like, I didn't fucking do anything to this guy. Evidently, old boy had a dream about me, and it freaked him out. And then I'm like, story of my life, because that's how it's always been. Like, you know, bad shit happens, and other people, like, don't stick up for me, and then they feel bad about it, and then they treat me like shit. Yeah, that's my brother. So, I mean, it's just like, you know, you can't, what people think about me has got to be none of my business. Ultimately, it has got to be none of my business, because when I was a little kid, I just went around trying to please everybody and do everything and just be, because I could feel people's anxiety and I could feel people's energy, and when people would get mad, I would just do whatever I could to calm them down because I didn't like it. So, anyway, I think I said my piece. I just really wanted to say thank Beauty's Q for helping me with that, you know, putting it all together, you know. And boy, man, my whole life is just like this really wild story, just one wild story, and it's all accounts of things that narcissists, psychopaths, and control freaks have all said. That doesn't happen. Ain't that a trip? I hope you have a right evening. Peace. Oh, did you like how I did that? I named my talks, all 3 talks, the same. I kind of made, because it was a point that I made in talk 2 about how we're just like we're all just different aspects of each other. And when we're drawn to people and we like, oh, like, hey, so it's, you know, like, I really like, Divided We Fall, Brady at Divided We Fall. And sometimes, depending, I know, see, and that's the thing, is sometimes we're in different places, because I just eat cookies and smoke flour, and I believe and I have no judgment, but, like, because I used to take pills. That's the thing, is once I started detoxing my body and I started getting more, I can't anymore. I used to, I can't anymore. I'm too sensitive to everything. And so, what happened, because the closer I got to spirit, it was like the more toxins just freaking mess with me. And so, but sometimes he and I are in different places frequently, just because of what you're, you know, what depends on what, you know. That's why I can't be a drunk, is because that puts me in a mindset that is just, my spirit is gone and I am all into ego, and that's all the demons come in and stuff like that. So it's just, but we are just all aspects, or, you know, even people that you like, not necessarily Brady, but other people, you know, sometimes I'll listen to them and I'm just like, God, I'm not receiving I'm not vibing with them. But every time I have a problem with another human being, every time I have a bitch, every time I have a gripe, every time I have a complaint, it's always my problem. Because my relationship is solely perceived on me. Because my whole world is perceived on me, on how, or is based on how I perceive things. So if I'm in a higher vibrational frequency, I'm going to receive things as, you know, from a more heart space based place. And if I'm more in an egoic, poor, woe is me, pity party, all that low shit, then guess what? Yeah. See, we all spot what we got. That's why I'm trying to, in every situation I see, I'm trying to see, like, the positive and the sensitive, and then I see something that I get freaking, and then here comes Scorpio moon, and then I'm just like, Bashanka. I don't, you know, sometimes I just don't even want to bother. Some things it's just like, yeah, it's cool for a sec, take care, peace out. Anyway, so that's all I have for now. I think I said what I was going to say, that we're all little, we're just all little mirrors on the same disco ball. And then how you reflect, what you reflect, if you're going to reflect high vibrational experiences in life, or go out and reflect low vibrational experiences, that's what matters, is the heart space that you beat from. Is it a service for all, heartbeat? Is it that kind of a pulse? Or is it one that's, I'm gonna freaking eat your children and eat your face and freaking, you know, make straight men gay and do all that weird, twisted, freaking sexual, freaking weird stuff that is just, you know, there ain't no spirit in that. Huh, tuck. Pump puppets. Is it good, boys? You comfy? We're gonna go stretch this little piggy butt. This is what the freaking mean, wicked devil man at the puppy mill did to him. He was born with a straight tail, but the man freaking, he evidently didn't move fast enough to get into the cage. So the man slammed the gate and then hurt. Yeah, so Yep. That was it. He lived 6 months, first 6 months in this pit. His first name was Sprite. Now it's Tuck. He had a Mary Tucker bill, and if you want to know where the Mary Tucker bill is, it's anywhere Tucker is. He's a good boy, love my DOGs. But I love my mom more, and I'm not getting rid of my mother. I'm just thinking, I always ask her, Mom, if there's someplace else you want to go. Nope, I'm right here, just fine with you and the dogs. Okay, Mom, just making sure. So, Yeah, that's all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace. Luna! Do I need to go?